Imagine a city where streets are water and secrets drift on the mist. Welcome to Venice, where nothing is quite as it seems. Here, tides can rise overnight, transforming piazzas into shimmering lagoons. Marvel at palaces balanced on ancient wooden stilts and bridges arching over silent canals. From above, Venice is a labyrinth of wonder, every turn a new story, every shadow a mystery. Ready to uncover Venice's secrets? Let's begin our journey. So, what makes Venice so famous? The answer begins with its canals. There are more than 150 canals and over 400 bridges. The grandest is the Grand Canal, the city's S-shaped main thoroughfare. Gliding by Vaporetto is like watching a parade of architectural history. Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque palaces, once homes of powerful families, mirror themselves in the water. Venetian Gothic fuses pointed Gothic arches with Byzantine and Moorish influences. From Doge's palace to humble homes, the style is unmistakable. Titian, Tintoretto, and Veronese fill churches, museums, and scuola with drama and color. Even the smallest chapel can hold a breathtaking treasure. Here, art is part of the streetscape, a living gallery. Traditions endure, most notably Carnival. For centuries, masks blurred social lines, and each year the city becomes a theatrical stage. Craftsmanship thrives. Murano glass, Burano lace, and gondoliers passing down their unique rowing style. This living culture is Venice's soul, the reason its fame endures. We'll see the icons, then slip into quiet corners most visitors miss. Ready to explore? Let's dive into the must-see sites, and then we'll build your perfect stay-in plate. First-time essentials, coming up. To truly understand Venice, you must first meet its heart. For the first-time visitor, navigating this labyrinth of water and stone can feel overwhelming, a beautiful but bewildering dream. But 4 key locations serve as your compass, each a chapter in the epic story of the Venetian Republic. They are not merely tourist stops on a map. They are the pillars upon which the city's identity was built, its faith, its power, its commerce, and its soul. This is where your journey into the living museum of Venice begins. Your pilgrimage must start in Piazza San Marco. Napoleon famously called it the drawing room of Europe, and for 1,000 years, this was the stage for all of Venice's grandest ceremonies and public life. Enclosed on 3 sides by the stately arcades of the Procurati, the square is an architectural masterpiece designed to inspire awe. Take a moment. Find a seat at a historic cafe like Florian or Quadri, where Casanova once schemed and Lord Byron brooded. Listen to the dueling orchestras, watch the world stroll by, and absorb the sheer, unapologetic grandeur of it all. This isn't just a square, it's the city's grand reception hall, open to the sky. Dominating the piazza is the Basilica di San Marco, a treasure chest of Byzantine art and a testament to Venice's historical reach. Its very existence is born from a legendary act of theft, the smuggling of St. Mark's relics from Alexandria in 828. The basilica became the Doge's private chapel, a symbol of the state's divine approval. Inside, the light is dim, creating a reverent hush. Look up, and you'll be mesmerized. Over 8,000 square meters of gold mosaics cover the domes and walls, their tiny glass tiles, or tesserae, set at slight angles to catch the light. They shimmer and glow, narrating biblical scenes with an ethereal radiance that feels more divine than man-made. For a different perspective, climb the steep stairs to the Loggia dei Cavalli, the basilica's balcony. Here you'll find the famed triumphal quadriga, 4 bronze horses that are potent symbols of Venice's conquests. These are replicas. The originals, looted from Constantinople during the Fourth Crusade, are safely preserved inside. Standing here, beside these icons of power, you are afforded an epic, commanding view over the piazza, the same view the Doge had during state processions. It's a vantage point that lets you see the drawing room in its entirety, a breathtaking panorama of power and beauty. Next door, connected to the basilica, stands the Doge's Palace, or Palazzo Ducale. This was no mere residence. It was the White House, Supreme Court, and Pentagon of the Venetian Republic, all rolled into one magnificent Gothic structure. For centuries, this was the seat of power and justice, where the fate of the Republic was decided. Its facade is a paradox of design, a heavy, solid top floor resting on a delicate screen of open arches, appearing to float ethereally above the ground. Inside, tours lead you through a labyrinth of opulent chambers, each more breathtaking than the last. These rooms were designed to intimidate visiting ambassadors and project an image of invulnerable power. The walls and ceilings are adorned with masterpieces by Venetian masters, Veronese, Titian, and Tintoretto. In the Hall of the Great Council, you'll stand before Tintoretto's Il Paradiso, one of the largest oil paintings in the world, a swirling, dramatic vision of heaven that served as a constant reminder of the council's divine responsibility. From the splendor of the courtrooms, your path takes a darker turn. You cross the infamous Bridge of Sighs. Named by Lord Byron, it connects the palace to the new prisons. This enclosed limestone bridge offered prisoners their final, wistful glimpse of beautiful Venice before being led to their cells. Standing inside, peering through the stone bars, you can almost hear the sighs of the condemned, a haunting contrast to the opulence you've just left behind. It's a powerful, poignant moment that reveals the stark reality behind the Republic's gilded facade. From the heart of Venetian power, we move to the heart of its commerce, the Rialto Bridge. For nearly 300 years, this was the only bridge to span the Grand Canal, the city's main thoroughfare. The current stone arch, an engineering marvel of the late 16th century, replaced a series of rickety wooden predecessors. The Grand Canal itself is best savored from this iconic vantage point. This S-shaped waterway was once the city's most prestigious address. For centuries, it was the epicenter of global trade, and wealthy merchant families built their palazzi along its banks, each competing to display their fortune through ever more elaborate architecture. Today, it remains a grand stage for classic Venetian vistas, a parade of Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque facades telling stories of ambition and wealth. From atop the bridge, lean over the balustrade and feel the city's pulse. Watch the chaotic, yet graceful, ballet of water traffic below as gondolas, private water taxis, and the public vaporetti weave intricate paths. You can hear the shouts of the gondoliers, the hum of the boat engines, and the lapping of water against ancient stone, the true soundtrack of Venice. Just steps from the bridge is the fourth essential site, the Rialto Market. This is where the city comes for its groceries, a vibrant, chaotic, and utterly authentic experience. For nearly a millennium, this market has fed the city. In the colorful herbaria, you'll find artichokes from Sant'Erasmo and white asparagus from Bassano. In the covered pesceria, the air is thick with the smell of the sea, as vendors hawk glistening squid, wriggling eels, and mountains of fresh clams from the lagoon. This is not a performance for tourists. It is the living, breathing, commercial heart of Venice. See these four: the Piazza, the Basilica, the Palace, and the Rialto, and you've met Venice's magnificent core. You've witnessed its faith, its power, and its trade. Now, you can begin to explore its quieter corners. Finding the right base is key to shaping your Venetian experience, as where you stay defines the personality of the city you'll discover. Venice offers everything from simple hostels tucked away in quiet alleys to palatial hotels with front door access to the Grand Canal. For those seeking value and a more local feel, consider the sestieri of Cannaregio or Castello. Cannaregio, home to the historic Jewish ghetto, is filled with authentic Beccari and residential canals. Castello, The largest district offers peaceful green spaces and a glimpse into the daily lives of Venetians, far from the crowds. The island of Giudecca also offers excellent value, with stunning views of the city and quick boat links back to San Marco. If you prefer a mid-range budget with a bohemian flair, Dorsoduro is perfect. It's the University District, buzzing with a youthful energy. Home to the Peggy Guggenheim Collection and the Gallery dell'Accademia, it's an art lover's paradise. Its streets are lively but calmer than San Marco, filled with great bars, artisan shops, and the beautiful Zattere promenade for an evening passeggiata. And for those ready to splurge, staying in San Marco means immersing yourself in history. Historic palaces like the Gritti or the Danieli have been converted into legendary hotels. Here, you can wake up in opulent rooms with frescoed ceilings, sip Prosecco on a terrace bar overlooking the lagoon, and arrive in style at a private water taxi dock, living out your own Venetian fantasy. But a crucial piece of advice for any traveler: pack light and, if possible, book your accommodation near a vaporetto stop. Venice is a city of over 400 bridges, and nearly all of them have steps. Navigating narrow, crowded alleyways while dragging a heavy suitcase over bridge after bridge is a frustrating experience that can quickly sour your arrival. A short, easy walk from the water bus to your hotel is a small luxury your back will thank you for. Whether you choose a humble guest house or a grand palazzo, the magic remains the same. You open your door not onto a street, but onto a 1,500-year-old masterpiece. Wherever you sleep, the real Venice begins the moment you step outside. To know Venice, taste it. Seafood stars here, shaped by the lagoon and maritime history. Begin with cicchetti, tapas-like bites at Cozy Baccari. Try whipped salt cod, calamari, marinated anchovies, and savory little polpette. Hop bar to bar with an ombra, a beloved local ritual. Spaghetti al nero di seppia, black squid ink, briny and bold. Or risotto al nero and the lagoon's risotto di go, creamy and delicate. For a secondo, sarde in sour balances sweet and sour traditions. For authenticity, venture beyond St. Mark's and the Rialto crowds. Seek Cannaregio, Castello, and Dorsoduro, squares where neighbors linger. Look for handwritten menus and gondoliers at the tables. That's your sign. Ask for recommendations. Seasonal is best and fairly priced. In carnival season, frittole are irresistible. Year-round, try buttery bussolai and rustic ziti. No meal ends without a proper espresso. Venice is a feast for the palate and the eyes. Eat well, eat local. Now let's turn great meals into great memories. From gondolas to galleries, Venice shines between its icons. The magic often waits where few people look. Let's find it. A gondola ride is often dismissed as touristy, and yes, it can be pricey. But to glide through the city's liquid streets is to connect with its very soul. For centuries, these elegant, asymmetrical boats were the primary mode of transport. Today, becoming a gondolier is a rigorous profession, a craft passed down through generations, requiring immense skill to navigate the narrow, intricate waterways with a single oar. To make the experience truly unforgettable, avoid the congested Grand Canal during midday. Instead, seek out a gondola stand in a quieter neighborhood, like Cannaregio or Dorsoduro, towards the end of the day. As the golden hour light filters through the buildings and reflects off the water, ask your gondolier to explore the silent, residential back canals, the pur. Here, away from the crowds, you'll hear only the gentle lapping of water against the hull and the rhythmic dip of the oar. It's a moment of pure Venetian magic that is worth every cent. For a more functional and far more local taste of the water, hop on a. These are stripped-down, workhorse gondolas that serve as public ferries, shuttling people from one side of the Grand Canal to the other at points where there are no bridges. For just a couple of euros, you can have a 2-minute adventure. Do as the Venetians do. stand for the brief crossing, find your balance, and take in the magnificent palaces lining the canal from a water-level perspective. It's not a tour, it's a commute, an authentic slice of daily life and the most budget-friendly gondola experience you can find. Venice is a city built on art, and its galleries are treasure troves. To understand the city's artistic zenith, you must dive into the Gallery dell'Accademia. Housed in a former convent, it holds the world's most important collection of Venetian painting from the 14th to the 18th centuries. Here you can stand in awe before the epic narrative cycles of Carpaccio and Bellini, witness the dramatic color and light of Titian and Veronese, and see the world through the eyes of the Venetian masters. Then, for a complete shift in perspective, pivot to the 20th century at the Peggy Guggenheim collection. Set in her former home, the unfinished Palazzo Venier dei Leoni on the Grand Canal, this is one of the world's foremost modern art museums. You can wander from a Picasso to a Dalí, from a Magritte to a Pollock, all while gazing out at the same waters that inspired artists for centuries. But don't miss the city's other great art repositories. These were not schools, but powerful lay confraternities, charitable and social institutions that commissioned staggering works of art to display their piety and prestige. The most breathtaking of all is the Scuola Grande di San Rocco. It is, quite simply, Tintoretto's Sistine Chapel. Over 24 years, the master painter filled the walls and ceilings of 2 grand halls and a staircase with more than 60 monumental canvases depicting biblical scenes. The effect is overwhelming, a whirlwind of dramatic, emotional, and visionary art that surrounds you completely. In a city with no cars, your own 2 feet are your greatest asset. So, the best advice anyone can give you for Venice is this: put your phone away and get deliberately, wonderfully lost. The main thoroughfares are often choked with crowds, but duck into a narrow alley, AI, or pass through a covered passageway, AII, and you'll enter another world. Venice rewards curiosity. Every wrong turn is an opportunity for discovery. A hidden courtyard with a centuries-old wellhead, a tiny garden spilling over a wall, a quiet canal where the only traffic is a resident poling their own small boat. This is how you find the real Venice, the living city that exists just beyond the tourist map. Venture beyond San Marco to explore the city's distinct neighborhoods, or, in Cannaregio, discover the historic Jewish ghetto, the first of its kind in the world, established in 1516. Its quiet campos and uniquely tall buildings, built upwards due to lack of space, tell a powerful story. In Dorsoduro, you'll find a more bohemian, artistic vibe. It's the University District, filled with laid-back cafes, contemporary art galleries, and the workshops of artisans still practicing traditional crafts like bookbinding and creating papier-mâché masks. Then there's Castello, the largest sestiere, stretching from the tourist hub of Rialto to the serene public gardens at the island's eastern tip. Here you can experience the bustling local life of Via Garibaldi, one of the city's widest streets, and contemplate the formidable might of the Arsenal, the historic shipyard that was the source of Venice's naval supremacy for centuries. A trip to Venice isn't complete without exploring the other islands of the lagoon. Island hop by Vaporetto to Murano, the home of Venetian glass since 1291, when the furnaces were moved here to protect the city from fire. Witness the incredible alchemy as a master artisan transforms a glowing blob of molten sand into a delicate vase or intricate sculpture. From there, continue to Burano, a photographer's dream. The houses are painted in dazzling, vibrant colors, a tradition said to have helped fishermen find their way home through the thick lagoon fog. It's also famous for its delicate handmade lace, an art form passed down through generations of women. For a final stop, seek the profound tranquility of Torcello. This sparsely populated island was the very cradle of Venetian civilization, its first settlement. walking its quiet paths to the 7th century Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta, with its stunning Byzantine mosaics, feels like stepping back 1,000 years into the lagoon's ancient, haunting past. Venice's unique character offers something for every kind of traveler. Families love the sheer novelty of a city without cars. Children's eyes go wide on their first gondola ride, and the car-free squares, or A, become giant, safe playgrounds. Turn your visit into a treasure hunt, searching for the winged lion of St. Mark on buildings and flags. Couples find romance at every turn. Savor the quiet canals, find a local and share a small glass of wine with the Venetian version of tapas. End the day with a Vivaldi concert in a historic, candlelit nave. A sunset boat tour on the lagoon, or a hands-on cooking class, perhaps starting with a trip to the Rialto market, makes for memories that will linger long after you've left. Solo travelers often find that Venice is the perfect companion. It's one of the safest cities in Italy, and its labyrinthine layout invites serendipity. There's an unparalleled freedom in being able to explore at your own will, to spend 3 hours absorbed in a single painting, to sit on a bench by a quiet canal with a book and a coffee, to simply watch the light change on the water and reflect. To meet kindred spirits, join a specialized walking tour focusing on history or photography. Or, for a truly immersive experience, sign up for a workshop. Learn the art of Venetian rowing, the E, or spend an afternoon in an artisan studio, learning to decorate your own Venetian carnival mask. You'll get around Venice in 2 ways, by walking and by riding the E, the city's public water buses. Walking is a joy, but to cross the Grand Canal or visit the outer islands, the vaporetto is essential. A single 75-minute ticket is quite expensive, so if you plan on taking more than 2 or 3 trips, buying a multi-day pass is a must. These passes, available for 24, 48, 72 hours or more, allow for unlimited travel and can be tapped on the validator before you board each boat. They are incredibly cost-effective, speed up your journeys, and make spontaneous island trips simple and stress-free. For a truly scenic introduction, take the number 1 line, which zigzags slowly down the entire length of the Grand Canal, acting as a floating tour bus past dozens of historic palaces. For speed, privacy, and a touch of glamour, there are the sleek wooden water taxis. They are the limousines of the lagoon, fast, direct, and priced accordingly. They're a wonderful splurge for an airport transfer or a special occasion. As you navigate the city, a few points of etiquette will help you blend in with the locals. On crowded streets and bridges, always keep to the right to allow for two-way traffic. Never linger or sit on the steps of bridges, as this creates frustrating bottlenecks. When entering a shop, cafe, or restaurant, a simple buongiorno in the morning or buonasera in the evening is a small courtesy that is greatly appreciated. Also, remember to dress respectfully when entering churches, covering your shoulders and knees. Venice is very safe, but like any popular destination, it has its share of petty crime. Be mindful of your belongings in crowded areas like the Rialto Bridge, St. Mark's Square, or on a packed vaporetto. Keep your wallet secure and consider using a crossbody bag. There's no need to carry large amounts of cash. At night, the city becomes wonderfully peaceful and atmospheric. While it's safe to wander, it's wise to stick to the main, well-lit paths if you're returning to your accommodation late. Finally, a few practical tips. Public restrooms are scarce and usually require payment, so plan ahead and use the facilities at museums or cafes when you can. And don't buy plastic water bottles. The tap water in Venice is excellent, and you'll find dozens of historic public fountains, or EE, where you can refill your bottle for free. It's sustainable, saves you money, and connects you to a centuries-old city tradition. Venice's ethereal beauty is matched only by its profound fragility. This is a city born from an impossible dream, a metropolis built on water, a testament to human ingenuity. But the very element that defines its existence now poses the greatest threat to its survival. The story of modern Venice is a delicate dance between preservation and peril, a constant negotiation with the forces of nature and the pressures of the modern world. To truly understand this place is to see not just its magnificent facade, but the intricate and often invisible challenges it faces every single day. The most visible of these challenges is acqua alta, or high water. It's a phenomenon that transforms the city's iconic squares and alleyways into shallow lakes, especially during the autumn and winter months. This isn't just a simple high tide, it's a perfect storm, often driven by the powerful sirocco wind blowing up the long channel of the Adriatic Sea, combined with low atmospheric pressure. This surge of seawater funnels directly into the Venetian lagoon, pushing water levels dramatically higher. For Venetians, the sound of the citywide sirens is a familiar warning, a signal to pull on rubber boots and erect the temporary raised walkways, or passerelle, that keep the city moving. But the impact is more insidious than wet feet. The city is sinking, a process called subsidence, even as global sea levels are rising. This double threat means that the corrosive salt water is driven ever higher into the foundations of buildings that have stood for a millennium. The salt eats away at the mortar and porous Istrian stone, weakening the very bones of the city and requiring constant, costly intervention to prevent irreversible damage. In response to this existential threat, Italy embarked on one of the most ambitious and controversial engineering projects in its history, MOSE. The name, an acronym for Modulo Sperimentale Elettromeccanico, also cleverly evokes Moses parting the Red Sea. It consists of 78 enormous hollow steel gates installed on the seabed at the 3 inlets to the lagoon. When a dangerously high tide is forecast, compressed air forces the water out of the gates, causing them to pivot upwards and create a temporary barrier, sealing the lagoon off from the sea. Since its activation, MOSE has successfully protected Venice from several potentially devastating floods. Yet its long-term effectiveness, environmental impact, and staggering costs are subjects of intense debate. Scientists worry that repeatedly closing the lagoon starves it of fresh, oxygenated seawater, disrupting its delicate ecosystem. Furthermore, as sea levels continue to rise, the barriers will need to be raised more frequently, turning a temporary solution into a near-permanent wall with unknown consequences for the lagoon's health. Compounding the environmental crisis is a human one: mass tourism. The sheer volume of visitors, tens of millions a year, strains a city whose resident population has dwindled from over 175,000 after World War II to fewer than 50,000 today. This exodus is fueled by a housing market skewed towards lucrative tourist rentals and the overwhelming feeling of being a stranger in one's own home. Infrastructure, public transit, and the simple rhythms of daily life feel the immense pressure. For residents, a trip to the grocery store can become a frustrating battle against crowds. For visitors, the experience can be diminished, reduced to waiting in long lines rather than discovering the city's soul. For years, the most potent symbol of this issue was the colossal cruise ships navigating the Giudecca Canal. While now banned from the historic center, their impact lingers. The powerful wakes from these and thousands of other motorboats contribute to moto ondoso, wave action that erodes building foundations, and the precious salt marsh habitats, vital to the lagoon's stability. The lagoon is not just a scenic backdrop, it is a living, breathing ecosystem. It faces constant threats from boat traffic, agricultural runoff from the mainland, and dredging to maintain shipping channels. Its health is inextricably linked to the city's survival. A healthy lagoon can absorb tidal surges and support biodiversity. A dying lagoon signals a dying Venice. The future truly hangs in the balance. But despair is not the answer. Action is. As visitors, we hold more power than we realize to be part of the solution. The most impactful choice is to visit during the off-season. experiencing Venice in the atmospheric mist of winter, the gentle bloom of spring, or the golden light of autumn not only eases the intense summer crowding, but also reveals a more authentic, tranquil side of the city. Support local businesses with intention. Seek out the workshops of artisans creating Murano glass, Burano lace, marbled paper, or hand-bound books. When you buy directly from the creator, you're not just acquiring a souvenir. You're helping to preserve a centuries-old tradition. Choose family-run eateries, the Baccari and Ostery, over tourist traps. Every euro spent this way is a vote for the survival of the living, breathing community of Venice. Practice mindful consumption. Venice's fresh water is precious, and its waste management is a logistical marvel, relying entirely on boats. Carry a reusable bottle and refill it at the city's many public fountains. Be diligent about sorting waste for recycling. Conserve water and electricity in your accommodation. These small acts, when multiplied by millions, significantly reduce the strain on the city's fragile systems. Above all, remember, this is a living city, not a theme park. Its narrow streets are hallways. Its squares are living rooms. Keep voices low, especially at night, as sound travels easily over the water. Don't block bridges or sit on monument steps. These are thoroughfares for residents. Respect private spaces and be a courteous, conscious presence. A simple per favore or grazie goes a long way. For those who wish to contribute more directly, consider donating to one of the many international non-profits dedicated to the city's preservation, like Venice in Peril or Save Venice. These organizations fund the painstaking restoration of art and architecture, ensuring the city's heritage is not lost to time and tide. Even small gifts contribute to real, tangible work. To visit Venice is a privilege, and with it comes a responsibility. Be more than a tourist ticking off a checklist. Be a guest, be a student, be a temporary custodian of this irreplaceable treasure. By traveling with awareness, respect, and a genuine desire to connect, we can help ensure that the dream of Venice continues to enchant the world for generations to come. Thanks for traveling with me, and ciao.